Now, KCAU 9 News starts with your forecast first.
Hope you're having a great Thursday out there. We start with a live look outside. This is courtesy of the Port Neal Welding Company. The view from the top of the Ho-Chunk Center. We've had dreary conditions today with cloudy skies, some off and on showers, and drizzle continues to hang around. Looking at the radar picture, you can see the progression of some very light rain from southwest to northeast with dense cloud cover. We also have limited visibility in a few spots, down to 7 miles in Cherokee and currently at 8 in Spencer. With the fresh moisture in the air, we do expect to see some pockets of dense fog form up as we continue into our Friday. As we get into the weekend, it looks like we'll have some pretty nice weather for Mother's Day. We'll detail a warm up in the 9 on 9 forecast. KCAU 9 News at 6 starts right now.
We are Siouxland proud. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber.
And I'm Tim Seaman. National data indicates that people of color make up a disproportionate number of people who go missing. And Indigenous women account for a significant portion of that number.
That's right. And that is exactly why South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is proclaiming May 5th as Missing and Murdered Indigenous Persons Awareness Day. It's our top story now at 6.
Why Indigenous women? And, I think it comes down to that there was a point in time in society when Indigenous lives were devalued.
The National Crime Information Center has reported more than 5,000 missing Indigenous women and girls just since 2016.
Meanwhile, the South Dakota Missing Persons Clearinghouse currently lists 46 missing women, and of those, 32 are Indigenous. State Representative Tamara St. John, says that there's several causes behind the issue.
Domestic violence and how that can lead to a woman losing her life at the hands of her partner or via stalking or something of that sort. That's definitely a part of it. But also we find we are dealing with things like drug addiction, sex trafficking.
St. John and groups that advocate for Native Americans say that education about the issue is key, and that includes learning the signs of human trafficking and domestic violence and reporting suspected cases to authorities.
Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds held a National Day of Prayer event at the state capitol today. During that event, Governor Reynolds was focused on one of the issues holding up the end of the legislative session. It is her plan to use taxpayer funding for private school vouchers. Governor Kim Reynolds says her voucher program are all parts of parents being involved in their children's education.
If you're one of those middle-class families or, on the lower income scale, you're stuck. And so I think that's one of the reasons. I think parents need an option. If they feel that their child is not being educated in a safe environment, or that they feel that their values aren't being represented at school, or they feel that the school district is not focused on a quality education.
State Democrats say private school vouchers divert money away from public schools, leading to larger class sizes, more school consolidation, fewer extracurricular activities, and lower quality education.
4th District U.S. Representative Randy Feenstra paid a visit to the Siouxland Community Health Center today. CEOs from nearly all of the 15 community health centers across Iowa were on hand to share concerns about issues impacting health care in the state. Workforce shortages and high prescription drug costs drew attention, as did a trend of higher infant and maternal mortality rates, largely due to a lack of access.
The last several years, we had 10 different maternity units close in our state. And so what this is doing is creating healthcare deserts in our state where women are traveling from 50 to 100 miles just to get maternity care. And so when they have to deliver and they have to travel 100 miles, that really creates a bad outcome.
As the U.S. Supreme Court prepares to hand down an opinion on abortion, Representative Feenstra told reporters that he maintains his anti-abortion rights belief instilled in him by his faith.
It's just so important that we do take care of women's health, which I just noted, but it's also making sure that we take care of every little child that is born into this great land.
When Congress resumes next week, Feenstra says that he plans to co-sponsor legislation known as the Protect 340B Act. It would prohibit big pharmaceutical companies from penalizing medical providers who participate in drug pricing programs.
Iowans should start thinking about how they're voting in the upcoming primaries. Absentee ballots for that June 7th Democratic and Republican primary election will be available beginning on May the 18th in the auditor's office at the Woodbury County Courthouse. Now, absentee ballots can be cast in person at the auditor's office through June 6th. Requests for absentee ballots are now required in writing. Ballots may only be mailed to voters from May 18th until May 23rd. New voting precinct and voting locations will also be in effect at this time. Anyone with questions can contact the Woodbury County Auditor's Office. That number 712-279-6465.
Well, I'm not sure that we can categorize today's precipitation as rain, but as Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson joins us, it is certainly providing some good benefits, Scott.
Yes, we have had some showers off and on, but primarily drizzle and mist that continues to hang around Siouxland. A decent amount of precipitation, 15 hundredths here in Sioux City, 42 hundredths in Yankton, and 2/10 of an inch in Cherokee, 3/10 in Storm Lake. So we've had that persistent light precipitation throughout the day. Even still, we are lagging behind for the month of May, and for the year overall, we're still only at about half of where we should be on the precipitation front, but we do have some more rain and thunderstorm chances coming soon. We'll talk about those and more in the 9 on 9 forecast in a few minutes. Sophie?
Thanks, Scott. As the truck driver shortage nationwide continues, people in the industry are starting to reach out to young adults right here in Siouxland. James Ellis is a professional truck driver with America's Road Team. He spoke with students at Northeast Nebraska Community College about the industry's worker shortage. Ellis told us it is important for young people to be informed about these career opportunities.
That's what the Workforce Heroes truck's about. It's letting the new and upcoming college kids know it's not just about needing truck drivers, it's about all the workforce we need in the industry.
Ellis says the shortage of drivers impacts everything from grocery store shelves to schools. In addition to drivers, he says the industry also needs more mechanics along with IT professionals.
Some good news for Iowa's small communities tonight. Financial help will soon be available to help downtowns revitalize. In total, 61 communities will split $20 million in grants from Iowa's Downtown Housing Grant Program. The communities will have to have populations of 30,000 or fewer, including several towns right here in Siouxland like Cherokee, Ottawa, and Rock Rapids. Full list of communities posted now on our website. That's all at SiouxlandProud.com.
Some Siouxlanders brightened up their homes today, all while supporting a good cause. Just in time for spring, too. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Siouxland held their second annual plant sale. Customers were able to pre-order the plants and pick them up, but they also accepted walk-ins today. A member of the organization, Brooke Daney, says she appreciates the support from the community, and proceeds go towards helping local kids.
There's a lot of kids in our community that just need some extra support, just another person in their corner. We all could use an extra person in our corner, another mentor in our lives.
Daney adds they sold close to 800 plants. They still have another 200 left over. Those will be available for pickup right at their office next week.
A Siouxland hospital is working with a local blood donation center to help people in need. Mercy One Air Med is partnering with Life Serve Blood Center to host multiple blood drives across the state. They're coming up on May the 13th. The drive locally takes place here in Sioux City as well as Mason City and Des Moines. Ethan Neff is a flight nurse with Mercy One Air Med. He says that blood shortages across Siouxland are concerning.
One of my biggest fears as a provider is that there may come a day where we won't be able to transfuse units because we just don't have them. It's not something that can be created in a lab like most medicines are.
Neff says that a trauma patient can need up to 20 donations of blood product at times. And he adds that he hopes to see at least 75 donations of blood during that upcoming drive.